Hey guys, it's Helen Hartsmith here again from the Heart of the Witch's Path YouTube channel. I didn't check before filming this, but I'm pretty sure that this is going to be my third video in my Helen's Helpful Hints series. I guess I don't have a whole lot of them, but I feel that maybe they're good. I don't know. You let me know. I'm going to share something about myself, and that is that I really love little notebooks. I love little journals. I love little notebooks. If I showed you the shelf, there's a lot there. I just think that little notebooks are cute. I like stationery. I like pens. I'm crazy that way. But I recognize that about myself, and I've actually kind of like pulled myself back from the edge, and I don't buy them as often anymore. So that's kind of a good thing. But I found that I had quite a few little notebooks that I wasn't sure what I was going to do with them. So I had an idea one day, and I've been using this for a couple of years maybe, and I think it works really well. So if you like little notebooks, or who knows, you might find this enjoyable, you might not. Let's just see what happens. So let me show you what I did. I have this little notebook. This is actually one that a friend of mine, hi Jess, she brought this back from London for me. She went to the Globe Theatre, and so this is from the gift shop there, and it says "Something Wicked This Way Comes" from Macbeth. And so this was just a little notebook that had, I don't know, maybe 20 pages or so in it. And so she brought back some other things too. I want to say that there was a magnet and some other little things, some cute little things that was awesome because it was from the Globe Theatre and I'm a Shakespeare fan. But what to do with this? Well, then I started thinking about things, and I was like, I could format and print my rituals for the Sabbats from my coven and put it in here. So here's what I did. So I formatted the piece of paper, and here, let me show you on one of these. So I took my ritual and I changed the orientation of the paper from portrait to landscape. And then I made it into 2 columns. Okay. And you'll see I have our coven logo up here. This is the January full moon ritual. And this is for another little booklet that I'm going to be putting together. So you print it, you fold it in half, and then you've got something that looks like this. Okay. And then you come to your little notebook, and this one I actually had to trim down the pages a little bit because you'll see that, well, there's some pages. Let me take these out so you can actually see. A page is too tall. So I had to trim some off, but that's fine because you've got margins, and that is fine. So what I have here is this little book that I have our basic ritual for a circle cast. So I have that first because I'm going to use that all the time. And then I started with Samhain, which is, of course, the Witch's New Year. And so I have our Samhain celebration. I start off there. I go into Yule, Imbolc, so on and so forth through the year. And so what you do is you take that paper, that page, and you have it in fold. So here is a page from the book. You fold it in half, and you have it go over this page. And so you could either leave it like that, as I have, because if you find a typo or something like that and find that you want to pull that out, then you can do so without damaging the book. Or if you wanted to, you could actually take some tape and tape it along the edge, because I don't know if you can see or not, but my page doesn't go all the way to the spine. So I could tape it if I wanted to, or I could use double-sided tape and run it just under the edge here. But the reason that I wanted to do this is because what that does, because I could have cut it in half, and I could have taped one on this side, turned the page, taped the other one. You can do that too, but the idea that I had here is that this page actually enfolds the page that is existing in the notebook. And so what you have is you have a natural one piece of paper that you're going to grab to turn the page. So instead of fighting with your potential edge of the paper from here, the edge of the original page, the edge of the paper on this side, instead of fighting all those and not knowing for sure where the heck your page is, you have one thing. So you can actually flip through and boom, go very quickly, boom, and go through. So I did that with, like I said, the circle cast and each of our Sabbats for the year. And that lives in this little book. And I thought about taping it, but I think I might not. And actually, I didn't have enough pages for everything. I actually have Maban that is not in, it doesn't have pages to envelope. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some cardstock and add, because I need 2 extra pages. So you can just take a strip of cardstock that you can then attach here or to the back of the book and attach pages. And that way I've got pages that they'll go into and it's all attached and I won't lose anything. Although, like I said, I've used this for a couple of years and I haven't lost anything yet. And so I like this because it's smaller. Instead of having those pages that are, like I said, printed in portrait, which is what the rest of our coven uses because we keep copies at the covenstead. And they're printed on front and back, but instead of having this big cumbersome paper, I liked the idea of having this small little book that I can open it to the page that I'm at and look, it's pretty small. I can move it around. I can either hold it like this or I can hold it like this, which I find myself doing both quite often. And so it's just worked really well for me. And so taking that a step further, I went to my local Staples and I found these are 3 cute little tablets of paper that were sold together, and I probably paid more than I should have for them because I want to say that they were like close to $20 for the 3, which is kind of crazy for something that I'm just going to put more paper in. But they're actually, they're 3 different kinds of paper. This one has lined paper with some cute little butterflies and stuff on it, which would be great little journals, but I wouldn't use this style for a journal. This one has some really pretty pages that are tinted down enough so that you could write on them. And then this one I think is blank. Yeah, this is just a blank. So you could use that for a sketch pad or whatever. But I wanted these for another purpose. And one of them being I wanted to print my full moon rituals and put them in a book so that I had them all in one location. So like I said, I'm working on that. And also when I teach classes somewhere, then I use the same idea and I print out. So this is a class that I did on animal spirits and spiritual transformation. So you can do the same thing with your notes and just have everything in a nice little area, because sometimes, I mean, in a great situation, you might have a podium that you could put notes on or what have you. And some people like note cards for that or whatever. But I feel that for me, it works better if I have them in a Word document that I can have them, saved, and I can print them and I can put it in a little book like this. So that I felt this works well for me. So there you have it. There's my cute little helpful hint. If you want to try it, or if you use something similar, I'd love to hear about it. So please give me a comment below. If you liked this video or learned something from it, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel. So that's going to be it for this video. Thanks for watching, and thanks for taking a walk on the path for a little while with me. And until next time, blessed be.